Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to our weekly stock market update video. This is analysis on the overall market S&P 500, QQQ, as well as Bitcoin and the Mag 7. So we'll be looking at technical analysis as well as looking over at sentiment data, dark pool data, as well as rate hikes and many other things. So currently, QQ is looking to break out, and we have SPY hitting new all-time highs. And before we get into the technical charts, let's head over to the data. So data-wise, let's take over sector data-wise first. So every week I talk about as long as money is rotating between different sectors, money is staying in the market. That means there's no outright fear of potentially money leaving the market. So if you see the most important sector, which is the highest market cap, SLK red, all of a sudden you see the financials and the healthcare being bid up, right? We've seen those weeks before. Then does that just mean that money is still continuing staying in the market and there is no outright fear? It's just rotating around to different stocks. And this week is just more of an even week, right? You can see software getting rotations, semis staying flat, and tech holding up. Okay, so nothing significant this week. And in terms of the AI sentiment data, right, you can see the reflection of it as well. Everyone is pretty neutral. Things have been going sideways for a little bit, especially the semiconductor sector haven't broken out yet. So people are a little bit just in the historical averages. So nothing too significant here. And in terms of fear and greed index, which is sitting around 65. So not into the extreme areas as well. In terms of dark pool, we have the number one largest print for oil. And this is a little bit, I want to bring this up because even though oil is a commodities, if oil, that number one largest print is pretty much right here, right around this 11, 12 area, right around this top. So far the last couple of days here, 3 days here, have rejected from it. But this could easily just be a bull flag, the daily bull flag and break above it. And the direction of where this tiny range breaks out is going to be important information for me. So if this breaks bull, that means inflation fear is going to go up and rate hike probability is also going to go up. So, which is currently sitting at 66.9%. So before that, we actually had a rate hike already priced in just a couple of weeks ago before we got the week job data. This was actually sitting around 50s to 60% of us getting a hike. And once we got the job data, the week job data, and many other data coming in, this actually flipped to now a 66% chance of a rate hold, which market really likes, and the SPY pretty much broke the all-time highs this week. So the direction of oil breaking is going to be important to me. So if this breaks bear, then the probability of the future rate hike is going to even decrease even more, and inflation fear will decrease, and rate hike probably decreases. Market will like that even more. That means the Qs will likely follow the SPY, breaking to new all-time highs. So keep my watch on the oil, that number one largest dark pool print, direction of it as well, and we will see which ends up breaking out. All right. So earnings wise, not much this week other than the retail. Retail gave us more insights into the economy, Walmart, Home Depot. And we do have ADI, which is a semiconductor name as well. Most of the semiconductor names already reported, so I don't think this is going to be like a market mover anymore. It usually is during the beginning, right, when nobody reported yet, and you're like the first semiconductor company to report, and you do bad, right? It tanks the whole sector, or you do good, whole sector rises. But most of them are reported, so it's not going to really affect the market that much anymore, other than it being itself. So, all right, let's get into the charts. So last week I said there's no resistance above us, right? All-time highs, so no red flags, really, to be honest, at this given moment. Maybe there is some resistance like here, right? You can draw this line, and then be like, okay, we're kind of getting near there, and it's rejecting there. But honestly, if the Q starts to follow this trend line, it would just be nothing. It was just literally just slice through it at the moment. So Qs are starting to break out. So if this starts to follow, break these new all-time highs, and SPY will likely just continue this bull flag as well and go to new highs with it. Currently, no signs of red flags. I didn't do a video last week, but 2 weeks ago, I talked about the Megs getting their rotation after Microsoft reported its earnings and Amazon. You can see Meg 7 is getting its tightening range, starting to break out of this tightening range, um, almost near all-time highs. So if this breaks out, right, the Megs get more follow through with Meta, Amazon, Microsoft, Google, Nvidia. Apple is a little bit overvalued at the moment, so and it has been going up. So I think Apple will slow down a little bit, but the other ones like potentially Nvidia, Microsoft, and Amazon, these other names might get rotation, and this may actually break out. So keep on watching that. If this breaks out with the while the semis holding itself up and breaks out as well, Qs is just gonna get a rocket emoji to all-time highs there. So obviously vice versa as well. I don't really see some of the megs dropping too much. We'll go over the charts right after. But yeah. All right, so you look at Bitcoin here. Really doing heck of a lot of nothing. Still in this bear flag, right? Top of the move, the bottom of the move. You measure it, it's still not over the yellow box. It's still in the bear flag territory, just flagging here. After being down 50% from all-time highs from the 120 something K, and the bulls cannot even get a bounce going. Not a great look. So essentially, every single bear, the psychology of this is pretty much every single bear that has ever shorted Bitcoin since that 120 something K is still in the green. So they're just sitting, chilling there. They with no stress, right? They could have set your stop loss. They probably have their stop loss pretty much right at this pivot, right? This is the weekly pivot. Weekly lower high, lower low, weekly lower high, lower low. So if they set their longer term bears are setting their weekly stop here, then looking at this, they're sleeping pretty well at the moment, right? So bare minimum for bulls, right? At least negate the bear flag, break above the 67 mark, which is this little tiny structure here, prior support now becoming resistance. If we can break over 67, we do have a shot back to this around this 70 to 71 zone, which is multiple reject, 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 reject. Tried to act as support, right, when we came back above the price, and it's going to act as resistance again when we do come up to it. So, and if bear breaks this down, this is just going to be a bear flag follow through. Continuation of the longer term and the shorter term trend, which is currently everything in the downtrend, right? So, all right, let's take a look at Tesla. So Tesla here is just trading in the channel. Reject, 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 bounce, 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 bounce. So yeah, let's see just if it continues to trade in this channel, and then it'll likely come in and try to fill this gap, which is prior support, right? Prior major support here. So once it fills this gap, which is literally at the resistance mark, so comes about a little bit more, then I'm probably going to be more sideways after filling that gap, or kind of like that reaction here. It has a mini daily uptrend, so chances of it filling this gap increase a little bit more. But overall, it's a very volatile name, and we'll see if it does fill the gap. All right, let's take a look at Meta. Doing a whole lot of nothing forever, still in this huge tiny range here. Ping-ponging, picking up, picking down, picking up, picking down. We'll see whenever it does decide to break out. So if this breaks out, this will help the megs move higher as well, the megs ETF. I don't see this dropping too much, but this really needs to fix its capex, kind of like Amazon, Microsoft did, versus Meta currently still haven't gotten its turn yet, essentially. And right, this is support, support, resistance, 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 resistance. So let's see, it can go all the way to, I mean, I don't see it going all the way to next year, May, but maybe we're to around here towards the end of the year, then it'll break out. Maybe probably till the next earnings. That will be the catalyst to see if they actually decrease their capex. So that'll be around here, this area. It'll be pretty tight. And if they do break out, then they would be multi-year breakout. How long has it been here? Since February 2025. Yeah, that would be like a multi-year pattern of breakout. So that would be a very big move essentially, to whichever direction it decides to break. All right, Amazon, we drew this line just for fun and to see if it will hit here. And it did. It was only 2 touches here, so it's not a valid trend line until it actually rejected here again on the, was that 2 weeks ago? On the 3rd. So now it's a valid trend line resistance, and which is pretty standard for Amazon. Amazon usually likes to trade in a very sideways range. So once it breaks out above this range, you want to see essentially the back test of it, back testing the prior highs of the range, now acting as support, which it did, right? And then once it breaks out, it usually just kind of forms a new sideways range like this until it decides to break out again. So it really likes to do that. And sometimes it breaks down and it kind of goes like this again and then breaks back up. So I don't see it really going too far out of this range, and it'll probably likely just range above this prior structure here. And then probably also waiting for the next earnings as well. Range above here, and then maybe it'll break another move and come up to this 300 mark, test this upper area. But for now, probably more of a sideways range for me. All right, Microsoft. Pretty insane move, right? After the earnings move, and it's still continuing to follow through. It's like a 27% move from that, just 2 weeks. In a $2 trillion, this is a $3 trillion company. It's pretty wild. That being said, it also has been in this range for a very, very long time, right? And it finally kind of broke out here. Now we're just testing this structure. Coming up into that structure, you can see this 512 is pretty much this whole cluster right here. We can clear 512. It would very likely be a lot easier to clear the rest. 512 and 526 clear this shot, we will probably be back to all-time highs sometime in the near future. There's a good chance this will likely break all-time highs towards that kind of like either after earnings or towards before the earnings mark, towards kind of like, or maybe end of the year. But there's a good shot this could break to all-time highs, just based on how long this pattern has been accumulating, and now it's breaking out. So, all right, no signs of red flags. If this goes a little bit lower, and there's a good chance we'll likely fill this gap and test this prior red resistance trend line, and we want to see active support. Come down to here, fill the gap, active support, and bounce, kind of flag like this, and then break out. That would be the best case for bulls, to just kind of consolidate through time, because this is a very significant move from the lows in a very short period of time. Literally 46% move in like since month and a half ago, right? That's literally this is not like a penny stock, right? So it's pretty wild. So yeah, so let's see if they can form that bull flag on a longer term picture time frame, and then consolidate here through time a little bit, and then break out. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this is an all-time highs into the next earnings or towards the end of the year. All right, Google here, a little bit weaker, which makes sense, right? It has been running before Microsoft has been running, or Meta has been running, or Amazon, before every other name has been running, right? So for it to just consolidate sideways near the highs is actually pretty fine. No signs of red flags. If you're a longer term bull, you look at this chart, right? You're like, there's really no red flags at this given moment. Even though we're down 15% from the highs, as long as it holds above a prior structure, bulls are perfectly okay. Even if it comes down a little bit lower, it's not too big of a red flag at the moment. As long as it continues to get rotation between different Mag 7s, as the market will likely hold itself up. All right, let's take a look at Apple. So similar idea to Google, Apple has been running quite a bit because it didn't spend itself on capex, and now money is slightly rotating into these names, Microsoft, Amazon, who did spend the capex and is starting to see, their backlog. They have a ton of backlogs to even fulfill, and so for me, I don't see Apple going up too much anymore. It'll likely range within these levels, similar to like this, as I think its move, it's already kind of, it's already did its move overall, is what I'm saying here. Yeah. All right, so we got Nvidia. So similar ideas. I forgot to clear this drawing, but prior resistance, 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 resistance. Now acting as support, 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 support. I talk about this a lot, right? You want to see classic prior resistance acting as support, which it did. When it comes down to this structure, bounces again, right? You can see every time we come down to the top of the structure, it bounces. So that just shows to me this prior support is holding. And looks like we just broke out. Let me delete this real quick so you guys can see a little bit more clear. So I don't even know what, oh, this is that line. All right, so pretty much it broke out here into after this little tightening range here. And very likely this is going to test all-time highs, in my opinion. And if it does follow through, then it's also getting its turn, right? So Google and Apple was getting their turn before, and now Microsoft is starting to get its turn. Amazon did a little bit and didn't get much follow through. Meta is still waiting for its turn. A little test drop to the downside. Nvidia has been literally going sideways since July 2025. So it's been 2 years of consolidating. Broke out a little bit here, right? You can argue not really. And then back test twice, finally getting that move now. So I wouldn't be surprised if this hits all-time highs near into this 250 mark. Although its earnings is coming up a little bit, so either they're gonna wait for that earning to come in before breakout to all-time highs, or they're gonna, yeah, they probably just maybe they might cap it before it, or they run it up into the earnings, and then after that, whichever direction it goes, it's anybody's guess with the earnings. Maybe they'll run it up. It's the earnings, they'll drop it, back test these highs, and then bounces from there again. So we'll see how it moves before its earnings. Yeah, it's end of the months. All right, let's go for you guys. If you could like, share, and subscribe. I will see you guys tomorrow for more commodities update, and have a great rest of you guys' weekend. Take care.